Hispanic Heritage Month and recognize the contribution that Hispanics have made to this great nation. This year, Goya Food celebrates its 75th anniversary. We are proud of our history and our people. We are proud of where and what we are today. But what we are most proud of is being part of the more than 50 million Hispanics who live in this country. That makes us the second largest group in this country. And if we were a standalone nation, we would be second only to Mexico as the second largest Hispanic country in the world. John F. Kennedy, in his inaugural speech, said, "Ask not," you can't do it in Boston accent, "ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." Hispanics, since we started to arrive in this country, have personified these very words. As sons and daughters of immigrants seeking a better life for our families, I'm here to say that the American dream is very much alive in our community. The United States has welcomed immigrants from all parts of the world. As we, as Hispanics, have embraced our responsibility to work to make a better country and contribute to its ongoing development, and in the process become agents of change, encouragement, and inspiration. Again, we are honored and humbled and deeply grateful for the opportunity to be here today. Now it is my great pleasure and privilege to present the President of the United States, who, by being the first African-American president, represents the diversity that makes this country so unique and the greatest nation in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, President Barack Obama.
Thanks to all of you for being here for Hispanic Heritage Month, and congratulations to Goya Foods for 75 years of outstanding. All right. My chili is outstanding. I always bring my chili. I didn't cook today, but sometime I might have you guys over. I also want to thank the wonderful chefs who are joining us here today. You're lucky you will be eating their food and not mine. Chef Pepin. Us to showcase one of my favorite Hispanic contributions to America, and that is the food. Which is, I just want to remind the butlers, please send some samples upstairs. Thank you all for helping us to get the message out about Mi Plato to the Hispanic community. This is extraordinarily important. As many of you know, the First Lady has been focused on making sure that all our kids have healthier habits. This is particularly important for African American and Latino kids. We actually have higher rates of obesity, eating more fast food, and so for us to be able to get a balance, as well as getting our kids exercise and creating more open spaces, which is why, and that is so important, and that's why I'm so pleased to have behind me three outstanding members of my administration. Our own Interior Secretary, Ken Salazar. Iowa's favorite son, and our Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack. outstanding Surgeon General who hails from down south in Louisiana. So as a consequence, she knows about food, but she also knows how important healthy food is. So we are grateful to her for all the great work. I don't have to tell you that the Hispanic story has always been part of our American story from the earliest days of our nation. One of my favorite stories is Ken talking about his family. And people, when he was first running for office, saying, so when did your family come here? And he said, oh, about 400 years ago. How about yours? Latinos are changing the face of America. We are a richer and vibrant nation because of it. The success of the Hispanic community, and Bob's a great example of that, and the success of America are one and the same. And that's why we're working so hard to make sure that the Hispanic community is aware of the work we're doing in this administration. It's great for us to have events like this at the White House, but we know that the best ideas, the solutions to our challenges don't just come from Washington. They come from cities and towns all across the country. And that's why we made it a priority to bring as many folks as we can here as often as possible for a dialogue, a two-way conversation, so that they can teach us and we can tell them what we're doing. We held a national policy conference in July with community leaders and local Hispanic elected officials from 25 states. Now we're hosting regional community action summits to bring the administrations to you. Our first priority at all these events is to listen. And because we've listened, and because we've worked with